GBC community, it's good to see you. This is an opportunity for me just to update you on a handful of things that are taking place in the life of the church. If you are watching this on social media, make sure that you also note that you can find this on our YouTube channel, Gymea Baptist Church. We'd love for you to subscribe to that so you get notifications and stay up to date on that as best you can. You might also notice that this is coming out on a Friday rather than on a Thursday. Last week I said that we would release this on a Thursday until it didn't work for us anymore. It stopped working after 1 week. So Friday works a lot better for us in terms of our communication. So from now on, you'll be receiving this along with the e-news on Friday afternoons, again, to just keep you up to speed on what's taking place. A couple things to let you know about and some opportunities for you to be involved. Last week, I mentioned that we're looking to recruit some people to become part of a new part of GBC Cares, which is a phone follow-up team. Essentially, we're looking for people who have a little bit of free time right now, and I know that you may, who are also comfortable making phone calls. We want to basically be able to touch base with everyone in our church to make sure that they're coping physically and spiritually and emotionally in this period of time. Right now, in these first few weeks, I think everyone's really aware of other people, and I know lots of people are calling and touching base with others. But if this continues for several months, then our systematic approach is going to become really, really important. So we're just beginning to build that team. If you'd like to be a part of that, you can express interest in that by emailing GBC Cares, and the email is on the screen, and we'll be in touch with you as we start to build a more systematic approach to our care of our congregations. Speaking of phone calls, one of the things that we're exploring in relationship to our online services is the capacity for people to actually call into the service. In other words, on their phone, particularly if they have like a phone on the landline, to call and be able to listen to the service. This is for those who particularly might not have the technology to be able to access the online community gatherings, or who may have the technology but don't have the know-how to pull that off. We want to try to make this as helpful for those around us. We don't have a solution to it yet, but if you know people who would really value and benefit from that, can you just keep them in mind? And when we unfold that, we'd love for you to be in touch with them and with us to make sure that we can connect them together. Next week is Easter, and we've got a whole bunch of services outlined. They're a little bit different than what we'd planned. Originally, we had hoped to do a whole series of dramatic first-person monologues and kind of do the whole thing here. That's changed quite a bit, but we are still holding our regular Easter services. In fact, we're doing it a little bit differently because of the new online format. So Thursday evening is a Tenebrae service, and it's kind of a do-it-yourself Tenebrae service. So we'd encourage you and your household with your family to gather together, have some communion elements, so some rice crackers and some juice and some candles, and we're going to invite you to participate in that service with us. There'll be some worship as you're used to on Sundays. There'll be some readings, some things for you to reflect on and pray through as well. We'd love for you to be a part of that. And because it's online, we're actually going to be able to do that at 6:30, 7:30, and 8:30 on Thursday evenings. So that's a lot more than we're normally able to do. So that might fit before dinner or maybe after dinner or after the kids have gone to bed, depending on your circumstances. But we'd love for you to be a part of our Tenebrae service, that kind of do-it-yourself service. Good Friday, we have our services at 8:30 and 9:30 in the morning. So if you want to participate online again, they'll all be available for you. And then on Easter Sunday, our services are at their regular times. Can I encourage you to think about who you might want to invite to church this Easter? Obviously, they can't come here, and they probably can't come to your house. But there might be people in your life that you would like to invite to join you in one of our services. Organize which one. Tell your friends that you're coming to the 10:30 service, and make sure that you kind of FaceTime each other or something to encourage them to be there, particularly those of your friends who might, in this time of crisis, be kind of thinking a little bit more about faith than they have in the past. Why don't you think about who you might be able to invite to Easter services this year, even though it's a whole lot different than it has been. And finally, I just want to let you know about a few things that we're thinking about and kind of playing around with in relationship to prayer and prayer together. Some of you joined Nicolette Coleman, our prayer coordinator, Wednesday at about 12 noon for about 15 minutes of being led in prayer together around the circumstances that we're facing. Nicolette's going to do another one of those on Facebook Live, so on the Gymea Baptist Facebook page, next Tuesday at 8 o'clock in the evening. We're trialing different times and different days to try to work out what might work for us as a community of faith. Again, I think we're all praying heaps. It's all very close to the forefronts of our minds and hearts, but we want to find ways to pray together. And so we're still working that stuff out as we go. As you may have noticed, the last Sunday and then again this Sunday, we're going to be taking prayer requests online. Our prayer team and our elders and our staff will then pray for those throughout the week. And we're just starting to explore how we might actually be able to have some prayer breakout rooms after our services online as well. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that we're working away on in the back end that will help us engage together and feel that we're together and one, even though we are still the church ungathered. Heaps of stuff is going on behind the scenes. We're trying to stay on top of all that's taking place. Trust that wherever you are not only staying safe, but you're doing the right thing by those around you, being patient in this time and trusting in God. We look forward to seeing you join us and participating with us this Sunday, 8:30, 10:30, or 6 p.m. at gbconline.org.au. Hope to see you then. And until then, God bless.